For number 1, our problem is x minus 3 equals negative 13. We want to isolate x. What is preventing that x from being by itself is the negative 3. So in order to isolate the x, I'll simply add 3 to both sides, and I will get x equals negative 10. Number 2, 7 plus x equals 21. Again, I'm looking for the number x that would make 7 plus x 21. So in order to do that, I would undo the positive 7. Again, remember, if there is no sign in front of the 7, it's an assumed positive. We will subtract 7 from both sides. That will give us x equals 14. Number 3, 14 equals x plus 15. Our x is on the right-hand side of the equation this time. So we want to isolate the x by getting rid of the positive 15. So we will subtract 15 from both sides, and that will give me x equals negative 1. For number 4, this is negative 21x equals negative 42. You want to make sure that you understand that this is negative 21 times x. So we're undoing multiplication. We will undo the multiplication by dividing both sides by negative 21. Remember that a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so we will have x equals 2. For number 5, we're undoing the multiplication between 9 and x, so in order to undo that, I need to divide both sides by 9, and x is going to be 3 over 9, which reduces to 1/3. Number 6, negative 11x equals 33. This is negative 11 times x equals 33. So if you're undoing the multiplication, you have to divide both sides by negative 11. If you divide both sides by negative 11, 33 divided by negative 11 is negative 3. Number 7. This is a negative term, and it is going to be x divided by 3. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm trying to undo the divided by. We undo the divided by with multiplication. So I'll multiply both sides by 3, but I'll multiply both sides by negative 3 so that I can get rid of the negative as well. Remember, a negative times a negative is going to leave us with a positive. So the negatives will cancel each other out. The 3's will cancel each other out, and I'll be left with x equals 7 times negative 3, which is negative 21. For number 8, x divided by 4 equals negative 3. I'm trying to undo the divided by 4, so I will multiply both sides by 4. The 4's will cancel each other out. I'll be left with negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. For number 9, we have negative x over 11. So again, I'll multiply both sides by negative so that I can get rid of the negative on the right-hand side of the equation. I'll also multiply both sides by 11 so that I can also get rid of the 11 on both sides of the equation. The negatives will cancel out. The 11's will cancel out. I will be left with x equals negative 11 times 5, which is negative 55. Number 10, negative 1/2 times x equals negative 6. This time I will multiply both sides by the reciprocal of negative 1/2. The reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. Remember, I will also multiply both sides by a negative to get rid of this negative as well. So negative 6 times negative 2 is going to be positive 12. So x will equal positive 12. For number 11, I have 2/3 times x equals negative 4. In order to get rid of the 2/3, I will have to multiply both sides by the reciprocal 3/2. That will cause my fractions to cross cancel. I'll be left with x equals, well, these can cross cancel as well, so I will be left with negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6. So they can cross simplify. The 4 and the 2 cross simplified would leave me with a 2, and the 2 will cancel itself out. And finally, number 12, I'll multiply both sides by the reciprocal of negative 3/4, which is negative 4/3, causing those to cross cancel. I have to multiply this side by negative 4/3 as well. Using some cross simplification, 75 divided by 3 is going to be 25, and 25 times negative 4 is negative 100.